You're back with us for another video. Thank you so much for making it again, Blind Accessibility Tips. This video is a must-watch for persons who want to ensure that all their Microsoft Word documents are accessible to everyone, including people with disabilities. I'm going to walk you through, step by step, how to make your Microsoft Word documents truly accessible. Just before we get into the how-to, let's first quickly talk about why accessibility matters. When we make our Word documents accessible, we're not just helping blind or visually impaired users. We are helping everyone, including people with learning disabilities like dyslexia, older adults with vision loss, persons recovering from injuries, and even mobile users. Accessibility improves the experience for all users by making documents clearer, easier to navigate, and even more user-friendly. So by making your documents more accessible, not only will you comply with accessibility standards, but you're just making it better for everyone. Hashtag accessibility matters. If you agree with me, drop that in the comments. Hashtag accessibility matters. First step, structure your documents with proper headings. Don't just bold or underline section titles. Instead, use actual heading styles and then modify those to get the desired visual presentation. Some things to note about creating headings. 1. Use a logical hierarchical heading structure beginning with heading level 1. 2. Avoid using more than one heading level 1s. And 3. No heading levels should be skipped. Now to apply heading level styles, firstly, ensure that your cursor is in the line where your heading is. My heading here, let me press Ctrl up arrow for NVDA to read for us as screen reader users.
Creating tables in Microsoft Word.
Right, so it's in that line. It's actually at the beginning of that line. I prefer to actually select the text. I'm going to select it, Ctrl Shift down arrow.
Creating tables in Microsoft Word.
Now it's selected. This is the biggest heading in my document, right? So I want this to be a heading level 1. Your heading level 1 should be the biggest heading in your document. And of course, you want to ensure that all your headings are descriptive and concise. Now, after setting your cursor where you want your heading level style to be placed, you could then go up into the main menu and under the Home tab, click on Styles. And then down arrow through the menu, you'll be able to find the different heading levels that you want, and you could just press Enter. For screen reader users, it's quicker to press Alt, then H, then L to get to that same styles menu. But right now I'm going to use a keyboard shortcut, which I think is even quicker. Control Shift S.
Toolbar. Apply styles window. Apply styles property page. Style name. Edit selected normal.
Now the first thing you get here upon opening this styles dialog box is the drop down list where you can select whichever style you want. Now I want heading level 1, so let me down arrow.
Normal. No spacing. Heading 1. Heading 1 selected.
And that's heading level 1. Now before I press enter to close out this dialog box, let me show you something else that is useful with this particular dialog box. Let me tab.
Apply styles property page. Apply button.
Now if you wanted to just apply the heading level 1 style, then you just could go ahead and press enter on this apply button. But let me tab through once more.
Modify. Button.
This button says modify. If you were to enter on this, you will get some options where you could actually modify the heading style. So you could change the font, you could change the color, you could change the size of all heading level 1s, which would mean that every time you apply the heading level 1 in this particular document, you get the same formatting. Although of course you do not want to use heading level 1s more than once in a document. But this goes for any of the heading. But I don't want to change anything right now, so let me just shift tab back up to apply.
Apply button.
And press enter.
Document 3. Word. Document selected creating table.
Let me just remove the selection here.
Page 1 section 1 heading level.
And we can see that the way the heading looks has changed. Let me down arrow.
Blank.
And go back up.
Heading level 1 creating tables in Microsoft Word.
And now it is telling us as screen readers, heading level 1. Of course, if you want to check the formatting on your heading and you're in the line with your heading, for NVDA screen reader users, you could press Insert F, or if you're using a laptop, press Caps Lock F.
Style heading 1 Aptus display 20.0 PT dark aqua blue on white align left line spacing multiple 1.08.
And it just gave us a list of the formatting on that piece of text. Second step, bookmarks. Now, headings are great, but sometimes your reader may want to skip to a specific spot in your document pretty quickly to something like a table or a figure of some sort. That is where bookmarks shine. To insert a bookmark, firstly go to the spot in your document where you want this bookmark to be created. So you need to put your cursor there. Let me up arrow.
Blank. In terms of creating the table.
Right, so at the beginning of this line is where I want my bookmark to be placed. Let me just make sure I press home.
Cap I.
And now I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Control Shift F5.
Bookmark dialog sort by. Bookmark name. Edit Alt plus B blank.
And the bookmarks dialog box comes up. Insert a name. Now please note the name should be one word, no spaces. So I'm just going to type note.
N-O-T-E.
And then just press enter.
Creating tables in Microsoft Word. Word.
And your bookmark is created. Let me up arrow.
Blank.
And down arrow.
Bookmark in terms of creating.
You realize now the NVDA is telling us that there's a bookmark at the beginning of that sentence. To access your bookmarks, you could use the same keyboard shortcut, Control Shift and F5 again.
Bookmark dialog sort by. Bookmark name. Edit Alt plus selected note.
Down arrow through the list of bookmarks you have.
Note.
And we of course only have one bookmark and it says note here. And then you would just press enter on that one that you want.
Note. Creating tables in Microsoft Word. Word. Document page 2 section 1 bookmark in terms of
and it will take us right to the area where the bookmark was inserted in the document. Now here's the thing about creating headings and bookmarks in your documents. Well, for one, they alert screen reader users to the fact that there are some important parts of your document. 2, it allows for everyone to be able to navigate through your document pretty quickly, because when you create these structures, headings and bookmarks in your document, the navigation pane automatically becomes active and persons can then use the navigation pane to jump to different parts of your documents pretty quickly. I'll teach how to use the navigation pane in another video. The third thing is, when you have headings and bookmarks, it allows you to create a table of contents pretty easily using Microsoft Word's Table of Contents tool. Step 3 in learning how to create accessible Word documents is adding alt text to visuals. And by visuals, I mean like images, charts, or graphics. Alt text allows blind or visually impaired persons to hear what a picture or image or some kind of visual is about. Now, to add an alt text to an image, sighted persons could just find the image and right-click it and look for alt text in the menu. But for screen reader users, navigate to the image.
Graphic selected a hand holding a cell.
All right. I pressed my control up arrow there. It's on the image. Then you'd have to select it with shift right arrow.
A hand holding a cell phone. AI generated content may be incorrect.
It's actually giving us some AI generated alt text there. But let us try to create our own. So now that we have selected the image, we're going to use our applications key or shift F10.
Cut, remove the selection and put it on the clipboard.
Then down arrow to alt text.
Copy, edit, pick, change, bring to, send to, links, save, view, insert, wrap text, view alt, no content, view alt text. Show the auto.
It says view alt text, so let me press enter on this.
Document 4, Word, alt text window, pane.
Doesn't say anything, but let's just
approve alt text, description, edit, multi-line selected a hand holding a cell phone. AI generated content may be incorrect.
Right, for some reason when you press enter on view alt text in the context menu there, upon opening the alt text dialog box, NVDA does not automatically say what is in that edit field. So what I just did there is tab and then just shift tab back to the area. And you just heard it told us what the AI has already generated first. Now you can decide to accept what the AI has given you here in this edit field by tabbing.
Approve alt text checkbox not checked. Select the checkbox to verify that the alt text above is accurate.
See, we tab once here and you get this checkbox asking you if you would like to approve what the AI has generated. And you could go ahead and press the space bar to check it and then escape out of the alt text dialog box here, and the alt text would have been properly saved to your image. But say you want to change what is written there. Let us shift tab back to the edit area.
Description, edit, multi-line selected a hand holding a cell phone. AI.
We just want to say cell phone.
C-E-L-L space O-O-P-H-O-N-E.
Now remember, when you're typing the alt text for the image, you do not need to write picture of or image of, because the screen readers for persons who are blind and low vision would have already announced that it's an image. So you just need to write what the image is. In this case, we just wrote cell phone, and I'm going to leave it there and just press escape.
Document. Cell phone graphic selected.
Realize now it's the same graphic, cell phone, which means that we have successfully added alt text to our image. Now I have a video dedicated to teaching blind and visually impaired persons how to deal with images, and it's entitled Blind Friendly Image Mastery. You can go and look it up, but I will also drop the link for that video in the description below. Step 4 is using proper lists. When you're creating lists in Microsoft Word, instead of pressing dashes, use Microsoft Word's actual bullet or numbering tools. Now I have already done a video showing visually impaired persons how to use their screen readers to do paragraph formatting in Microsoft Word, but just let me show you here quickly how to add some bullets to a list. So let me see.
Names.
I have names, a list of names here. Names is the heading. I don't want the word names in the list. Let me down arrow.
Blank. Sarah.
Sarah is my first name here. I'm going to make sure that my cursor is in front by pressing home.
Cap S.
It's in front of the S there, and I'm gonna go ahead now and select all of the items for my list. Sarah is number 1, so I'm gonna press Ctrl Shift down arrow.
Sarah selected.
And continue down until my entire list is selected.
John selected. Robert selected. Mary selected.
Now that my entire list is selected, I'm going to go up into the main menu under the Home tab and look for bullets. Now it's easier to just press Alt.
Ribbon tabs tab control expanded.
Then press H for home.
H.
And then U for bullets.
Bullet library grouping 2 of 4. None 1 of 8.
And it's on none. So let me see. Pressing right arrow.
Bulleted. Solid circle not selected 2 of 8.
That would be a solid circle type bullet. Let me right arrow.
Bulleted. Hollow circle not selected 3 of 8.
Hollow circle. But let me go back to the solid circle. Pressing left arrow.
Bulleted. Solid circle not selected 2 of 8.
That's the one I want, so I'm going to press enter.
Document 5. Word. Document
Now let's check our document. Let me up arrow to remove the selection.
Page 1 section 1 blank. Bullet
That's
Sarah
the
bullet.
blank area. Now down arrow.
Bullet Sarah.
Bullet Sarah.
Bullet John.
Bullet John.
Bullet Robert. Bullet Mary.
So now all our list items have bullets in front of them. You should use Microsoft Word's actual bullet or numbering tools to create proper lists, because screen reader users will be able to quickly get to these lists. Step 5. Let us look at your tables. Avoid creating tables to use for layout purposes. Use tables only for the purposes of insertion of data. Also ensure that the tables have simple structures. Try to avoid merged and split cells as much as possible. And also add a caption to your table to serve as a reference point or title, and ensure that that caption is placed at the top of the table. If you want to learn how to create a table, please check for the link for that video in the description. Step 6. Links. Your links matter as well. Add meaningful hyperlinks. Instead of pasting long URLs in a document, create hyperlinks with meaningful text. So let us do it here. Let me see this sentence I have here in Word.
To get lessons teaching blind and visually impaired persons how to use computers and iPhones, go to Blind Accessibility Tips.
Alright, and I want the words here, Blind Accessibility Tips, to actually link to the website blindaccessibilitytips.com. So I'm going to go over to the words and select them, pressing Ctrl right arrow to get to those words.
And iPhone, comma, go to blind.
So I'm gonna, now that I've reached the first one, blind, Ctrl Shift right arrow to select it.
Blind selected.
And continue.
Accessibility tip selected.
Now that all 3 words are selected, I will then press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl K.
Insert hyperlink dialog link to address, edit alt plus a blank.
And the first area you get here is an edit field asking you for the web address that you'd like to link the text to. I had already copied the link, so I'm just going to paste with Ctrl V.
Pasted.
And just press enter.
Document 5, Word. Document page 1 section 1 to use computers and iPhones. Go to link blind accessibility tips.
Let me up arrow so we can hear the sentence again.
To get lessons teaching blind and visually impaired persons how
And then down arrow.
to use computers and iPhones. Go to link blind accessibility tips.
Notice Blind Accessibility Tips is now saying link. If you were to open that link, it would take you to the actual web address that you had inserted into the Ctrl K or hyperlink dialog box. Step 7 and the final step in learning how to create accessible Word documents is run the accessibility checker. While you should do as best as you can to make your documents as accessible as possible using the tips we had given above, Microsoft Word does have a built-in tool that will help you to spot most, not all, accessibility issues. You can go to the Review tab of the main menu and look for accessibility and click on it. There you will see the option for the accessibility checker. For screen reader users, you can press Alt, right arrow to review, tab until you hear accessibility split button, and press Alt down arrow to open the split menu. And the first option would be accessibility checker. You could just press enter on it. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to do it the quicker way. We're just going to press Alt,
Ribbon tabs, tab control
then R, then A, and then the number 1.
Check accessibility, keep it inclusive. Let us make sure that your file follows.
And the first option here is to check accessibility. Press enter on that.
Document 3, Word, pane, keep going. Button, fix the remaining issues in the document to make it accessible to everyone.
Right, and you realize it says the pane comes up and it's telling you to keep going and keep fixing the accessibility issues in your document. We're going to tab through this.
Media and illustrations grouping, missing all text, 1 button 1 of 1.
So they're saying here, one media is missing an alt text. And I'm just going to press enter on this button.
Document, enter image description added. How would you describe this object and its context to someone who is blind or low vision?
So I recognize that image there is the Blind Accessibility Tips logo. So I could just type that alt text.
BL.
And after typing Blind Accessibility Tips logo for my alt text, I'm just going to tab once.
Save button.
And it's now on save, pressing enter.
Looks good. No issues found. Button.
Now it is telling me looks good. No other issues found. And we can just press enter on that button that said no issues found, and then press escape to get out of that pane and return to our document.
Document page 1 section 1 heading level 1 creating.
Now of course the accessibility checker said that there were no other issues, but I know for sure that this document could do with some more heading styles to properly set up the document's structure. So that is why doing certain things manually is also recommended. Now here are some general considerations. A table of contents is recommended for very large documents. A document that is more than 20 pages may return an accessibility error if it doesn't have a table of contents or bookmarks. Use sufficient contrast for text and background colors. Avoid writing important information in the header or footer sections of your document. And lastly, for audio and video content, in addition to alt text, you should try to add closed captioning to assist persons who are deaf or hard of hearing. And that's it. Now you know how to create Word documents that are truly accessible to everyone. Remember to subscribe if you want more videos like these. And definitely like and share this video because of course accessibility is everybody's business. And don't leave without putting in the comments #accessibility matters.